What just happened inside Congress was beyond chaotic. It was revealing. A hearing that was supposed to uncover truth about Epstein's trafficking network exploded into a full-blown confrontation as Rep. Pramila Jayapal pressed Kash Patel on potential cover-ups involving Trump. And the moment Patel started dodging questions, everything erupted. Let's break down what really went down and why Republicans are so desperate to shut this conversation down.
Questions recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Patel, before you joined the FBI, you had very strong opinions about what the FBI was hiding regarding Jeffrey Epstein. In a September 2023 interview with Glenn Beck, you said the Black Book is under the, quote, direct control of the director of the FBI. In December 2023, you said, let us know who the pedophiles are. Even for a short time after becoming FBI director, in February of 2025, you tweeted, quote, there will be no cover-ups, no missing documents, no stone left unturned. In June, you told Joe Rogan, quote, we've reviewed all the information, we're going to give you every single thing we have and can. But then suddenly in July, everything changed. You and Attorney General Pam Bondi released one video and said that there was nothing more to see. Your July memo says you uncovered more than 300 gigabytes of data and physical evidence, but that you had decided no further disclosure would be appropriate or warranted. That is a quote. I think what happened, Mr. Patel, is that suddenly you discovered that Donald Trump's name was all over these files, and you started a giant cover-up. So you are under oath, Mr. Patel. You just testified to Mr. Swalwell that you did not speak to the president about the Epstein files. To your knowledge, did Attorney General Pam Bondi speak to the president about what was in the Epstein files?
I can't speak for Attorney General Pam Bondi.
So to your knowledge, you don't have any information. The question was, do you have any knowledge? Do you have any knowledge?
I can't speak.
You are refusing to answer the question, so let me tell you that the Wall Street Journal reported that in May, Bondi told Trump that he was in the Epstein files, and at the same meeting said that the DOJ did not plan to release the files. Yesterday, you testified to Senator Kennedy that there was, quote, no credible information that Epstein trafficked girls to anyone else, and that you have, quote, continuously and publicly asked the public to come forward with more information and we'll look into it. Today, in response to Mr. Massey's question, you appear to say that the survivors were not credible. These are survivors.
That's not at all what I said.
Okay, great. I'm going to ask you this in a second, but let me tell you about the survivors, and let's bring them up here into the room. These are women who came to the Hill and testified that they were groomed and raped at the age of 14 and 16 years old, and they called to meet with the president and to meet with the FBI and to have people investigate their claims. Some of them have never testified before. If you are so interested in getting the public to submit any information, why have you not met with them? You said you haven't met with them. Have you met with them? I'll give you one more chance.
My job as the FBI director is to invite all
investigative leads. Is the answer yes or no to whether or not you met with these women who were sexually abused and raped?
Any insinuation by you or any people on your side that I am not manhunting child predators and sex traffickers, just look at the stats. And you talk about cover-ups, man.
Mr. Chairman,
you talk about cover-ups.
And I will take as much time as I want.
Where were you during the Obama and Biden administrations when these so-called cover-ups were going on? Why didn't anyone in those administrations talk to any of these purported witnesses? I have
some regular order,
every single person to provide credible information.
Time belongs to the gentlelady from Washington.
And I'm going to take another couple of minutes.
When you accuse the witness of something, he's allowed to respond. That's how it works.
Listen, he didn't even, excuse me, Mr. Chairman, you have always been fair, but this is not fair. No, this is my time, and he said that the witnesses were not credible.
Seconds of time.
I'm going to get an additional minute of time because that's how much time he took.
You won't get a minute, you'll get some seconds. What we think is under 5 minutes. You don't get to demand how much time you get. That's not how it works.
Mr. Patel, are the victims of the Jeffrey Epstein horrific trafficking ring, are they credible?
Any person with information about ongoing sexual trafficking.
I'm asking you if they're credible.
Ma'am, I'm commenting on the evidence we have. We have routinely asked for people to come forward with more evidence, and we will look at it. And the evidence that we have was the same evidence that the Biden and Obama Justice Departments had. And they determined, not me, they determined that that information was not credible.
Chairman, he's not letting me even ask my questions.
You ask the questions, he gives an answer. You may not like what he says, but that doesn't mean you get to interrupt him.
He's not answering my question.
Mr. Chairman, could we restore the gentlelady 45 seconds so she can
We'll give her additional 30 seconds, which is what I said earlier.
I'm going to keep taking my time. Because
you'll take the time that you get. You
You
get
are
3
not
seconds.
answering the question. The question is,
You just don't like the answer.
Are these women credible? It's a yes or no answer.
I have answered the question.
Well,
and
what
I
is
keep
the
telling
answer?
you, I'm the only FBI director that has welcomed new information in this
Okay.
case. This
You're not-
administration is the only one that has welcomed any new information in this
Is there
case.
a yes or no to whether
Present
the
new
victims
credible
are
information. Present new
Are
information.
the victims credible
The victims-
or not?
I'll tell you what happened in the last Trump
Are they
administration.
credible or not? You can't even
Victims
say.
credibly came forward, and you know what happened? President Trump authorized the indictments of
President
Jeffrey
Trump
Epstein.
called them
Not Biden,
a hoax.
not Obama.
President Trump
no one
called
else.
the entire thing a Democratic hoax. So I would like to ask
The gentlelady's time has expired. I gave her the additional 45 seconds she requested. The gentlelady yields back. The gentleman from
Mr.
New
Chairman,
Jersey is
I would like
recognized
to
for his
ask if
5
you would
minutes.
meet with the women who were sexually
Time does not belong.
abused and raped and groomed
Time does
at
not
the
belong
ages
to the
of
gentlelady from
14
Washington.
and
The time now
16 years
belongs-
old. Are
The
you
time-
going to cover up?
No, I'm
Are
not
you
gonna-
going to continue
I'm gonna
to
recognize
cover
the
up
gentleman
for
from
the
New Jersey
rich
for
and
his 5 minutes.
powerful men, including those that might be on this committee?
I can yell
Or
too,
are
Mr.
you
Chairman,
going
but I don't want to
to
yell
allow
above
them
this.
to
The time
testify?
belongs to the gentleman from New Jersey. I
Are you
appreciate the
going to allow
gentlelady
them to
yielding
testify,
back.
Mr. Patel?
Go ahead.
Will you allow them to testify to you, Mr. Patel?
Mr. Patel, thank you for being here. I know it's been an interesting and difficult 2 days. And I wasn't going to talk about the Epstein thing because there's a lot of other issues that affect the FBI, but I have to say
What
a few words.
unfolded in that hearing room wasn't just a clash of personalities. It was a revealing look at how power reacts when cornered by accountability. What we saw was Representative Pramila Jayapal stepping into a space Republicans have tried to control for years, the narrative surrounding Jeffrey Epstein, his victims, and the political forces that have repeatedly worked to bury the truth. Jayapal didn't show up to play politics. She showed up to center survivors, real women who were groomed and abused as children, women who, for decades, have been dismissed, ignored, and strategically discredited by powerful men. And when she asked the most basic question, are the victims credible? Kash Patel's refusal to clearly acknowledge their credibility said more than any yes or no ever could. That hesitation wasn't about evidence. It was about protecting political allies and maintaining a wall of secrecy Republicans have built around this case. Republicans love to weaponize the Epstein scandal as long as they can point fingers anywhere except at their own side. But the moment Trump's name, or anyone tied to the GOP political machine, emerges in the documentation, the conversation abruptly shifts. Suddenly, there's nothing more to see. Suddenly, documents are sealed. Suddenly, the most vocal Uncover the Truth crusaders stop crusading. That's why Democrats like Jayapal are so vital in moments like this. She wasn't arguing for political advantage. She was demanding transparency. She was demanding justice. She was demanding that victims of the most powerful man running trafficking network in modern American memory be believed and respected, not treated like political props. And the chaos in that room, the shouting, the interruptions, the way Republicans tried to silence her instead of letting Patel answer directly, exposed something important. They are terrified of what full transparency would reveal. Because once you peel back the layers, the question becomes not just who Epstein was connected to, but who is still benefiting from keeping those connections hidden. Jayapal refused to let them bury the truth. She refused to let the hearing become a circus where survivors are sidelined and powerful men escape scrutiny. She did what Democrats consistently do in these moments: put people over politics, truth over theatrics, and justice over convenience. This is why hearings like these matter. This is why elections matter. Because accountability only exists when leaders are brave enough to demand it, even when the room erupts, even when the truth makes powerful people uncomfortable, even when the opposition tries everything to drown it out. And if you value transparency, if you believe survivors deserve more than empty promises, if you want leadership that confronts the hard truths instead of hiding from them, then this is the kind of fierce, focused Democratic oversight our country needs more than ever. Stay tuned, stay informed, and stay with us, because the Blue Report is here to break through the noise and shine a light where others are trying to shut it off.